Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Very excited that you're here back in another video because today we're going to be setting up my October dashboard. This is something that I used to set up a lot in the past and I sort of went away from it for a little while, but now I'm totally inspired to get back into tracking things a little bit differently and kind of creating a mood board or some sort of a vision board for the month. So let's go ahead and get started. The supplies that I'm going to be using today includes the dashboard. This is from the October pumpkin spice collection from my shop. And I also printed a little vision board, so to speak. I created this one using Canva. I put together a bunch of different pictures from Pinterest and created this collage, and I decided to do it this way because it's a little bit more efficient instead of like printing each individual picture, which is what I used to do in the past, but that does take a little bit more time. So I created this little collage, and I also have an electronic version of it which I will share over on my Instagram as well, so that way I can have it in my phone. I can use it as a screensaver, for example, or anything like that. And then I will be using my trusty Pilot Friction Synergy from the Synergy collection in 0.5. I always get lots of questions on which pen I use, so that is the one that it's my go-to. So let's go ahead and get started with setting up these pages. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to write, just because it's a little bit tough to write with this planner with the coil, I'm going to start writing all of the different habits that I want to track for the month of October, which essentially are the same habits that I track daily. But since I'm going to try to move away from writing it out every single day, I decided to repurpose this page right here, or this space, for habit tracking. So that's what I'm going to do. And I actually have all these different scripts here that you can sort of layer across all of the different components of this dashboard kit. So let's go ahead and set that up. All right, so for habits, what I'm going to be tracking is making the bed every day. And I do like to put a reminder for myself because I'm usually the first one to get up every morning. So Steven gets up a little bit later, and sometimes I do forget once he's up, and I'm long into my work every day. So journaling, so vitamins, journaling, and budgeting, which is basically updating my budget, any transactions or expenses that I incurred the day before reading. And I try to do all of these things in the morning, but that doesn't always happen. But as long as I do them throughout the day, I'm good. And then the next thing is comments and like messages, and also workouts, my daily workouts. So there's enough lines here for 8 items, but I'm gonna keep it simple as much as possible. And I'm going to just layer this over this box. There we go. And then I'm going to use the habits script. But before I do that, I'm thinking I might use something like this. If I have the stickers, may as well use them, right? So let me layer it again. Is that cute or what? I'm so excited about that. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use these headers up here to kind of block these headers up at the top. Nope. this one. Okay. Love, love, love how that looks. So the first thing I'm going to do is put in my mood board script. And that's going to go up here. And I'll come back to this space in just a second. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to keep track of socials in here. And then, is this straight? I'm not sure. And then here on this bottom one, I like to kind of keep some sort of inspiration quote, for example, some sort of seasonal quote. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my vision board, and I did not measure it correctly, so I'm going to have to trim it a little bit, but that's fine. So I did cut a little bit down, and I can probably cut a little bit more on this part. Yep, this is perfect. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just remove the backing, because I did use a sticker sheet for this one. And yeah, I think this is what I'll do. I'll just put it here in the middle. That looks good. And then for my social, 4 things that I'm going to keep track of, and that includes my Instagram. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little asterisk, put it there. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I track my total numbers at the end of the month. So the total number of followers or subscribers, etc. So I do YouTube. Do I spell it out? Yeah, maybe I might spell it out, because this is a pretty big blank box. So okay, so this one would be Instagram. YouTube. TikTok. And the last one is going to be SB Community. So more to come around this one, but I'm excited for it, and I can't wait to share more. Okay, so then I just go in with the line for the totals. Pretty good. And then the last thing is inspiration. So I like to sort of write a quote from either something that I'm reading or something that has inspired me in the past or whatnot. And one of my go-tos always for October is from Anne of Green Gables. So that's what I'm going to go for in this time. So let's go ahead and write it out. All right, I didn't think I was going to use any other sheets, but since I have a little bit of space, this sort of deco here is calling my name. So I'm going to put some of these little leaves down. This little one. All right, so that looks pretty good. Actually, and one thing that I did meant to use were these sort of headers. I know it's going to thicken it up a little bit, but you know what? I can't let these go to waste or not use them in some form. So I think I'll just put them here. Although I was going to maybe use them for the next page. I don't know. Hey, they're repositionable, so I can always just move them around. Like if I wanted to use these for memories for the preceding page, I could do that as well. But that looks really good. I'm really happy with it. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in little dots next to each bucket list item, or sort of like each, not bucket list item, vision board item. I guess it is sort of like a bucket list. And I'm going to use these little dots to check off as things happen. So the first thing that I included here is my birthday. So my birthday month is October. Then I like to go to the Topsville Fair. It is I think America's oldest fair. And I like to go to that with Steven. You know what? I think I'm going to go in the edge because I want to be able to see the little dots. So that's happening this month. It starts in late September and goes through the beginning of October. And this one, I'll move it over. Okay. Apple picking. I'm going to try to make it there this year. I can't remember. I don't think I made it to apple picking last year, but maybe we'll go this year. I want to do some sort of fall decor, which I'm a little behind on. Do some fall movies. I couldn't think of the word. Fall movies or Halloween movies, that sort of thing. And then fall baking. So bake some fall things. And then the last thing here is possibly, I'm not sure yet, but New York in the fall. I absolutely love New York in the fall. It's just one of my favorite places to visit, and I haven't been there in a little while. So my best friend and I are thinking of maybe doing a little weekend trip to New York City and maybe catch a show, of course, see the leaves and all things New York in the fall. And I'm just so excited about the potential of doing that. So we'll see. Obviously I have to budget for it. I have to figure out whether we can swing it or not. But if that doesn't work, then we can certainly, do all things fall New York movies from home. But we'll see. Hopefully that can happen. That would be a really nice little break. So, especially since it's my birthday month as well. So pretty happy with this setup for this page. It's like vision board page, gives me all the fall vibes, all the vision board, all the things I'm going to do feels, and I'm super excited about that. Let me know what you guys think of this page. What other things would you use this page for to track? Let me know in the comments. And that'll be it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for another page setup in my planner. Hopefully this gave you some ideas of some things as well that maybe you want to take on this fall, but of course feel free to share some additional ideas for the rest of the group, for the rest of our community, to maybe get some ideas from you as well. So thank you guys again so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate your support so much. And as always, friends, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.